All right, this week we have our first quarterfinal match. So, last week we finished up our round one and we saw Tim Wiseman taking the last spot over Bradley Tickett, 6 frames to 4. Tim actually had a lower score that game, but he pulled all the frames.
A bit of a tough match. I think they both would confess that they didn't throw the ball as good as they can or would like to have, but that's the way it works.
Yep, that's the name of the game, the pins game.
That is. So now we're into the second round of the matches. We've got all the seeded bowlers are now going to be coming in this round. So first off, we'll have number 1 seed Len Anseth from Cutknife, Saskatchewan. It's got a population of about 2 stop signs, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And we got number 13 seed Mitch Davies from Hamilton, Ontario. So 2 really, really good bowlers. I don't know what to say about Lenny. Everybody knows Lenny. He's bowled for a long time. Everybody loves Lenny. And you watch Lenny bowl and you almost think he doesn't care. But boy, he cares. He cares a lot. He's played in these a long time. He's done well for a long time. And again, he's our number 1 seed.
Yeah, he's our player of the year. Expect great things out of him.
Yeah, he goes fast. That's why you might not think he cares as much, but that's the way he's going. When he gets up on the lane, he already knows what he wants to do, and away he goes. And of course, Mitch is just tough. So it'll be a great match.
Yeah, it'll be really good. Yeah. Looking forward to this one. Crowd's getting rowdy over there.
People are loving being at Sherwood Bowl on a Saturday afternoon.
All right, Len Anseth.
Len is going to start us off.
Yeah.
I believe the higher seed chooses. If I.
Oh,
there's Lenny. Hey, there's Lenny.
Len wants some noise.
How can you not love Lenny Anseth, eh? There he goes.
Lenny wants noise. We had the little pre-game meeting with all the bowlers, and he preferred people making noise and yelling and screaming.
Well, let's face it. When you're qualifying in a bowling alley for a tournament, it's noisy in there.
It is. Yeah, this is a whole different vibe. Here and there's no one making noise. Every shot, it's super quiet.
Every beer that's cracked, you can hear it.
Yeah.
And we got a carryover early.
Early carryover. So Lenny Anseth is our player of the year, our number 1 seed. He received a $500 bonus.
Nice.
Yeah. And a buy into the second round.
Buy into the second round where he gets to meet Mitch.
Well, some people are like, oh, he misses out on money in the first game, but a 10-frame win is $500.
Yeah, so there's the money. Yeah.
You're getting a free round there.
Does it make it harder with the way this format is laid out, not having that first round? You're coming in, somebody's already played a game.
I think a little bit,
true.
yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. They're used to the feel of the lanes already, and they got that. Yeah.
We use the same set the whole tournament, so Mitch has already played a game on here.
I would think it helps a little bit for sure.
Right?
I've seen some in the past. I believe that the higher seed loses because they haven't warmed up.
Because they haven't, right. I mean, we do have lots of warm-up lanes, but I mean, every lane is going to play a little bit different, and
an actual gameplay
is different mindset. But then at the same time, there's lots of time in between matches as well. So
you're sitting around a while, like you win your match and I'll play for 2 or 3 hours.
Right, exactly.
It's just kind of the nature of the format.
Oh, so Len is going to go with the early lead. He takes the carryover and goes up 2-0 on Mitch.
He looks really solid.
Well, Lenny doesn't lack confidence.
No.
Right? He's and like I said in the pre-match, sometimes it looks like he's not as interested just because he gets up and kind of throws the ball quickly and facial expression and all that, but he wants to win as much as anybody.
Thought it was going to push it. 3 good shots though.
43 count in the first frame. That's a good start. Already 2 frames to nothing. He's got to be pleased with that.
There's the spare. Len has played in our series once before, but he played one game. I was looking it up, and Tim shot a 360 against him. So one game he played, that was it.
When Lenny was younger, he used to be able to cover those games.
And he didn't have a bad Keith shot a 260, but I mean, when someone's shooting 360 at you, it's easy to go down frames real quick.
Yeah, you got to have 89 strikes.
Yeah.
Lenny's also won a Canadian Masters singles title, which is always nice to have on your resume, right?
Yeah. I did not know that.
Yep.
All right, that puts Mitch on the board.
Here we go.
He's our Regina Classic champion this year. Two-time Regina Classic champion.
So it says here.
Two-time Player of the Year, also.
Yeah.
It says here that Lenny was born in Cold Lake. So does that make him an Albertan?
Really? Yeah.
I didn't know that. I always thought he was true blue Saskatchewan, a Pilsner drinker.
I also like the next one on his little bio sheet. Height, 5'7" in heels.
In heels. Boy, Mitch had great roll on that ball. He was jumping as the ball was going down the lane because I was hitting a little high, and those pins just rolled out of there. Ball came out of his hand really good. He had good fingers on it, good roll, good result. See what Lenny does here now.
That looks good.
Yeah,
great
right
shot.
out of his hand. That
Great
was
shot.
a good shot.
Both guys with awesome starts.
Yep.
A little bit different from last week's match, where we had some low-scoring games.
We had some struggling. Yeah,
Some grinding.
This week looks like it's going to be a little bit higher scoring.
But if you go back to the very first game of the tournament, right? They started off good and then faltered to the end. So we'll see if they these guys can continue.
That pin wiggled.
Just about stole it.
They got lead in that pin. That one stayed up a few times.
Yeah, that's the second time he's strung that left corner that just won't go down for him.
But I mean, again, you threw a good shot.
Yeah. We have his stats on his corners. 78% on the left corner spare. 72 on the right.
So his corners are a little lower.
And he's 100% on this game.
Yeah.
2 for 2. Nothing rattles Lenny too much. He's a
He also, though,
pretty cool cat out
for
there.
being our #1 qualifier and Player of the Year, has one of the highest miss percentages on the tour.
That means probably
19%.
less punches, right?
Less punches, more 5 spares.
You can spare a miss,
Yeah.
right? You can't spare a head pin, so it's. I don't know.
His middle hits are at 80%, which is a little bit lower than the rest of the spread.
There's
Mitch now
another friend.
takes another carryover. He goes up 3-2.
Yeah, Lenny's bowling great and he's down, right?
Yeah. And both of them have traveled quite a ways to get here.
Yeah.
Neither one of them are local.
Yeah.
So that's kind of got to be a little bit in the back of their minds too of, I've come so far, do I only want to play 1 or 2 games, or am I going to go the whole way, right?
Yeah, I want to get my money's worth.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't have to pay to get in it,
Yeah.
but
I mean, even when I was talking to Mitch, he said, there's a potential I could be flying out here from Ontario and throwing 17 frames.
Yeah. Yeah.
With Gallagher Cup and his one match.
Yeah, it's tough for the people to come from out of town to come back to this.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great shot.
Yes. Mitch is always engaged, right? He's like Brad. He's always engaged. He's always talking, but I just love Mitch's self-talk, right? He's great to be around. He's great to watch. The way he handles himself.
Good for the game.
It's really good for the game.
that's all.
Great shot by Len.
And Lenny just goes up and does his thing, right?
Another carryover.
I love the walk back on the other lane.
Yeah.
Just, okay, I'm done with this one. Time to come back.
Both of them have marks all through.
Yep, no open so
Oh.
far.
The kiss of death there, Mark. Hey,
That's
come
why I
on.
was That's why I slowed up my speech there.
I'm going to tell Len you said that. Mind you, you can still get a spare here.
You can still get the
Yeah,
spare.
still
here,
get the spare.
Just got to keep the black marks going.
He'll be cursing himself inside. You can't tell it from the external demeanor, but he's talking to himself on the inside.
Ooh, just missed. First opening. Yeah, I jinxed it.
Yeah, you did.
Commentator's curse.
Commentator's curse. So that'll mean Mitch just has to throw a mark, and he goes up 5 frames to 2. So we have another carryover from last frame.
Yeah, our Fragment Media is Lenny's daughter and son-in-law.
Yeah.
So thanks to Fragment. Good. It's been good having them back again
Yeah.
after a couple-year hiatus.
And the production value that they put in place is
For
just
sure, yeah.
top notch. Yeah.
You know, Len and Tracy, that they've been bowlers for so long. Tracy appearing on all those television appearances, right? And they're such a talented family. Their daughters, their artistic values, and they're such a talented family at everything they do. Okay, Mitch has a chance, obviously, to win the frame, but to really take a stronger hold on pinfall too.
Quicker.
Oh. Looked like he wasn't quite as sure about that one. Didn't
Yeah,
like it
his
as
approach
much.
looked different to me.
It
but
did, yeah.
He started. It's almost like he started walking out of it just
Yeah.
after he released the ball. Now that's either, I'm not sure how if I threw that well or if he threw it that well that he
Yeah.
knew it was automatic. It's
It
hard
looked
to
to me
tell.
like he wasn't sure.
He wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
it looked like he was walking away like,
Yeah.
oh, what did I do there? But then it just worked out.
5-2, right? Yeah, 5-2, yeah. 5-2.
No, he's
Score correction
just
over here.
no. He's wanting to make sure that he knows what the situation is. He just wanted to make sure that he's 5-3, right?
5-2.
5-2. Yeah.
5-2.
5-2 after
Because I
seven,
said I heard him say, "Is it 5-3?" So, right. So, and we got our statistician down below there,
Blair Tuck.
Blair Tuck, who does so much work on the technical side of this, right? And a good bowler himself. He flipped that one. Didn't
Yeah.
have the same roll on that one, right? A little bit of flippage there.
As soon as he let it go, you could hear him talking to it on the lane. So
Yeah.
he knew.
Yeah,
Almost seemed like he threw it out a bit more.
that's what I mean. He flipped it out
Just
there.
a
Yeah,
little bit
yeah, lift,
choppy.
right. And that's a small difference, but it's a big difference, right?
Just takes a little rotation.
See, that was a
Much
roll
smoother.
and quick, right? It was a little acceleration past his foot.
Yeah, that gives Lenny a chance into the match here, though. And both guys over 207.
Yeah. What a difference.
That's usually how it works. I mean, the one year Mike Herbert and Michael Cousier had a match.
Both started with 7-baggers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some along those lines anyway.
Yeah,
and
that's
then-
what it was. Yeah, Mike starts with a 7-bagger, Herbert, and loses.
Yeah, and loses the big carryover.
Laxer
and
won the 8th frame. Yeah, see. Yeah, there's
There's
Lenny.
a good rebound from Len.
Okay, 5-3 now.
Now he's got to work on the pinfall.
He's really only thrown one bad frame there.
Yeah,
Yep,
100%.
yep.
Both of them, I guess.
So
yeah.
now if Len takes the next 2 frames, now we come down to a 5-5 split, and that pinfall is going to be
Right.
really important. Another great shot by Len.
Pinfall's close now.
Yeah. Just the one bad frame after some commenter's curse going on
Yeah.
there. Some, you know.
But Mitch's standpoint, if Mitch bangs out, he can't lose.
Yeah.
Because he'll tie the 10th no matter. The guaranteed
Yeah,
tie
yeah,
the 10th.
yeah.
So yeah, in his mindset, it's for all strikes.
Did you order that trademark? Oh,
Oh, a bounce, but gets
Whoa.
lucky with it. Even he knows that was not his best shot.
that's how much of a perfectionist Mitch tries to be. He wants to throw that ball perfect, right? And
Yeah.
right.
Double bounce on the lane.
Yep.
Well, we have Alley Cat Brewery in the house doing a little tasting. That's
Oh,
what
is that what that promotion
Yeah,
was
I
that
heard
came
like a
by here?
mango seltzer.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I was
So
wondering
you,
who this random person
so
was.
you guys are
Amber
okay. You
from
guys are
Alley Cat?
okay for the rest of the broadcast. Then I'll just disappear. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping I could just set you guys free.
Put me in charge.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So now, carry over in 9. If Mitch wins, it's over. If Len wins, it'll come down to that pinfall.
Pinfall, yeah. And, you know, I've always considered the 9th frame to be so big because it sets the game up for the finish, right? How good was that ball?
And then,
So smooth.
regardless of what Mitch did in the 9th, if he bangs out 10, he'll
He-
guarantee himself.
Yeah.
Based on that half.
Yeah.
5.5, 4.5, yeah. Yeah.
That's probably what I'm thinking. I'm not worried about whatever else. I can just get them all.
Yeah.
But this is what you were talking about with the going first. And he's hoping that he has a chance going up there.
Right.
Right.
He wants to throw the last
Right.
shot.
Right. Yeah, because when Mitch bangs out, Lenny knows he's got a shot at nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you think it ever changes depending on who your opponent is, too? Like going, oh, I know this person might struggle with the pressure of knowing what I do, so I'm going to go first. But in other cases,
I think it might in
wanna
some
go
situations, but like you've had a year-long tournament and you've brought out 12 of the best of the best. I
Right.
don't know if that's going to enter the conversation, but in other
Fair.
situations it might. Mitch was walking away from that shot the minute it was out of his hand.
Yeah.
I've definitely felt that way in the past.
I know. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I should go last, but then, well, no.
Or
I just
like,
am too antsy to go last.
depending on the opponent, I'll give him an early fist pump.
Yeah.
So this
Kinda get him
this
thinking
this is to win it here, right?
Looks like.
Great
Oh,
shot.
wow.
How good
Just
was
gets
that?
the top
Shuts
over.
him out.
I just love watching Mitch
Great
Davies
finish.
bowl, right? I've watched him in cash tournaments, I've watched him at national championships, right where it's medal play, and I just love everything about the guy.
So Mitch Davies coming in, he snuck into our top 12 when Jordan Schuss, our 5th place qualifier, was not able to attend.
That's true, yeah.
And he's just now knocked out our number 1 seed.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
I said right from the beginning when we first introduced. They've just let a giant into the finals, right?
And Lenny's going to shoot 3 something here.
Yeah,
He's still playing for money to tie so he can split the last 2 frames.
last 2 frames, so he'll get $100, right?
Yeah. So strike. Yeah, what an awesome match, you guys.
Was that 368, 360, 357?
No, 338.
Oh, 338. I can't see.
Yeah,
So-
357.
Too
for
far
Mitch.
away from the screen.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it, Katie.
338. So Tim just came over and made a comment about how last time Len played in this, he had a 360 shot at him, and this time a 357. So he's played 2 games with an average of 358 shot at him over those 2 games.
Wow.
What great bowling. What great bowling by 2 awesome bowlers.
Well, and here we are, first match, round 2. Obviously not the way you wanted to go, but that was an exciting match for the fans, and production value was huge up there. Tell us your thoughts, unfortunately, on the wrong end of that one.
Actually, I felt pretty good about the way I played. Obviously, I would have liked the 7th frame to be a little different, but I was expecting to have a lot more nerves than I did. And after the 2nd frame, they really calmed down, and I felt good. Playing somebody like Mitch, you know you can't let him. You just know
Yeah.
he's just too good of a shooter. I was kind of hoping, against probably all hope, that maybe he'd have a tough break here or there, and he didn't. Normally when I play on the tour, I'm a pacer, so I don't sit in the pit and I don't watch the guy throw. Obviously with the way it's set up today, you sit in the pit, and I watched him throw. And some of the balls he threw was just incredible.
Yeah.
So it was just a different way. I'm not disappointed with how I played, just disappointed in the result.
Yeah, and that's a tough thing to do. But I mean, before we talked about, you said when you throw the ball, it's a hope and a prayer.
Yep.
Sounds to me like you sort of changed that by
Well,
early on. That you
it's-
know what, it's not a prayer anymore. I'm confident and I'm feeling good. Let's just keep rolling with
It's
it.
usually a hope and a prayer, because usually when you get into something like this, it's nerves, and I'm sitting back going, my nerves are so much that. But that's why I was surprised when the nerves calmed down. I was like, oh, okay, I'm actually able to hit what I'm aiming for, and I felt pretty relaxed. So
Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah.
It is what it is, and like you said, there's such a small margin of error.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still throwing the ball, you're getting the corner pins in there. Sure, and then 8, obviously, or 7, you have the open, and that sort of leaves that door, and then it's sort of the match
This
over.
was
But
a little bit less. I think the only other time I played on here,
Yeah.
I played Tim Wiseman, and I think he shot a 360 at me. So,
oh wow.
So I got just about 700 thrown at me.
Yeah,
for 2
well,
games.
hopefully this is a good one for the fans because they saw a nice big score, 338, 357, not some of these other ones that we've seen, unfortunately, out there. But heck of a year for you. Very proud of you, Len. You're a great ambassador of sport. Everybody loves having you around. Hopefully you keep playing for a long, long time. Deal with your injuries as you may,
Hopefully.
but we love having you around, and heck of a year again. So congratulations
very
on
much.
that.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Sounds good. And here we are with the winner of match number 1 in round 2. Mitch Davies, what a great match you against Len Anseth. Like he's just said, a couple of big matches for you to start off this tournament and kind of keep on rolling, but very, very little margin of error in that one.
Yeah, I mean, Lenny had one bad shot, a 5.55, I think, in like the 7th frame or something like that, and that's all he gave me, and that was enough. Luckily, I finished off the game. I knew that Lenny is a formidable opponent. Like I keep mentioning it so much about all these guys, but Lenny is just a stud. And you know what I mean? If you give him an opening, man, this guy's got no brain. He'll just go up there and throw. So I knew I had to take my time, go in there and win it up top, win it in my head. You know what I mean? So I just had to get ahead of him and make sure that Lenny had nothing left to work with.
Now, how did you deal with the pace? Obviously, we talked about before, Len's going to be really fast, and then you were just going to make sure that you intentionally took your time and threw your shot. Is that something you had to keep reminding yourself throughout the game?
Well, it's all about that pre-shot routine. I feel like I take enough time as it is. So when Lenny's done his 2 frames, I come up, I'm like, hey, I'm ready to go. I get my ball, I wipe it off, make sure there's no oil on there, get a reset, maybe even take a second reset sometimes. Take a couple deep breaths, and at the end of the day, you're ready to go. It doesn't matter if it's going to be a minute from now or 30 seconds from now, but just make sure you're going through your pre-shot routine and just taking it easy on your terms.
Yeah. A little bit of sense of relief there halfway through. Obviously, you got your matches, you sort of know you had it, but then it's just nice to pad the stats, put the big numbers up there.
Oh, no, it wasn't really, though, because I had to bang out in 10 to make sure
You're right, the last 2 frames.
I had to make sure that Lenny couldn't catch me in pinfall because of Lenny, and I was only 357 and 338. I mean, we're one shot away from leaving a corner and second ball on 10 to me losing that match. So it's just a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, and merge together helps you out.
Nice. Well, now we'll wait and see. We'll sit back, relax. We'll watch who you play for next.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Daryl.
Yeah, good job, Mitch.
Thanks, man.
Right.
Okay, that concludes our first quarterfinal match, and it was a doozy.
Wow, that's the only one way to describe that is wow. That's great for the game of bowling. I mean, 2 great bowlers throwing 2 great scores. It's unfortunate somebody has to lose.
Yeah, Lenny made literally one mistake, and that cost him the match.
One mistake, and you could say that Mitch kind of threw one ball bad too.
Yeah.
But he got it on the middle, and it was a strike. Yeah. So, those are the breaks of the game.
Yeah, awesome match. 357 to 338, 6 frames to 4 for Mitch Davies.
Right. And you were just talking earlier about poor Lenny. Twice he's done this, and twice he's had a game of 3.5 thrown at him.
Yeah, Tim shoots a 360 at him a few years ago, and now Mitch with the 357. So
that's kind of the luck of the draw, and that's match play, and that's the way the game works, unfortunately, right? So
yeah, it was a very exciting match and perfect.
Right. So who we got going into our second match in the second round now?
Okay, yeah, second match in the second round. We got our number 2 seed, Tyler Titgat, playing our number 7 seed, Ryan O'Callahan. Tyler's from Edmonton, and Ryan's from Thompson, Manitoba.
And Tyler, again, is one of the 3 that have won this tournament before.
Yep.
Already had great success, a great resume, and some people consider him already one of the top bowlers in Canada at his young age.
Yeah.
So it should be another great match.
Yeah, and Ryan came off a nice win, so he should be feeling pretty good.